Hi, it's Andrew Edwards, a digital conversationalist.
And my name is Steve Johnson, so I'm a civil engineer by profession, but for the last 2 decades I've been in the sales and marketing role, specialist products, but still within that sector. And
you also happen to be my husband.
That's right, I am husband of the digital conversationalist. I don't know what the male alternative of that is, but that's me.
And what a lucky man you are.
Oh.
So if you're wondering who was brave enough to marry me, here he is. Anyway, I thought it would be very interesting for people to hear from you because you live in a very, very different world to the fluffy one that I live in. And I just wanted to just sort of get a perspective from the sort of the construction, engineering, you know, those sort of what I call the heavy industry fields. Are people on social media yet? Are they embracing it? Are they using it? Is social selling a thing yet? Could you tell me a bit from that perspective?
Well, it's a great question, and it's interesting because I obviously hear a lot of Andrea talking within the sort of the IT, the tech and the telco sector. And civil engineering construction has always traditionally been really slow on technology take-up. So we've kind of dragged ourselves into this kicking and screaming, but it's really interesting because we're getting wins where we didn't think we were. So, for example, if any of you are involved in technical sales, there's a number of people you need to influence within the sales cycle, which can be very long. So
and one of yours is 20 years, right?
Yeah, so 20 years
really
is not
long.
uncommon. For our side, they're engineers, they're designers, they're Jacobs, they're Smeck, Parsons, Brinkerhoff, and those kind of guys.
Easy to say.
So, yeah. So what we found was we were going after end users or the guys that purchased it. They're not social whatsoever. These contractors, generally speaking, they're not. Who are social, though, are the engineering firms, especially the Gen Ys and millennials, because they're all over social media. So we've been able to influence the younger generation, which very quickly are coming through and making decisions. And so by getting into that circle very quickly, we're able to actually get some progress. So yeah, we are very lucky, but the short answer to your question is we're getting there slowly, and we're getting there in a way that we didn't think we would.
And what about specifically LinkedIn? I know that I've given you a hard time about not being present enough, and you've told me that you guys use it in a different way to the rest of us. You're not working out loud as much as we are on LinkedIn.
Right, so LinkedIn is very interesting for us. So frequently we need to find people and track certain people down. We transact a lot in groups. So ownership of groups, closed groups, where we're obviously sort of controlling what's said and sort of marshalling that to a certain extent, and just basically making sure groups aren't hijacked by competitors or things like that.
Or people spamming their own views.
Yeah, or people spamming their own views. But then in more general sort of groups, talking about specific product types and exchange of information. And look, there's, you always get a couple of idiots that jump on. They'll use it as an opportunity.
You should join the marketing groups.
I'm sure. But so we use LinkedIn to great effect. We see that as being a very powerful tool for us.
Okay, and then the final question. It's 2018, we're into a new year. We've made some big changes already, not even before the beginning of the new year. But what scares you, but equally that you need to say yes to in 2018 to help keep moving you forward in the direction you want to take with your career?
Personally, I've got to start walking the walk. So I've been banging this drum within various civil engineering sort of specialist communities within the Asia Pacific region, saying we've got to do this, we've got to do that. And I realised that it's been 5 years since I really invested some significant time into making sure my profile is up to date, tickety-boo, and as good as it possibly can be. So I probably need to stop giving people a hard time and actually and spend just like a day or so. And it's just a day. Those times you think, I'll do that when I have some time. This day and age, you don't. So I'm just going to block a day, 2 or 3 weeks out, and I'm just not going to do any calls that day. And that's going to be my day where I give myself a little bit of social maintenance.
Social maintenance. It's like manscaping, is it?
Kind of, but more classy.
Well, yeah. Well, look, I don't know. If you need some help, I know someone who could help you.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
rates are pretty high.
A different perspective, different industry, and I just thought it'd be really interesting, and I thought you could all meet Steve, and he's a lovely man. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye,
My
everyone.
pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just say yes.